Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. I am Rue, and as you can see, we are in black and white today. That is because we are doing a palette bingo using the two Poppy and Fluff palettes in my collection here. I'm very excited. I try to do a palette bingo anytime I get at least two palettes from a brand in my collection. It's just a fun little way to mix the two palettes together and see how they work. So I'll obviously show you the color stories when I'm not in black and white. You'll see them throughout the video. But yeah, without further ado, this is going to be very much a chatty life update while I play with makeup kind of video. But without further ado, let's hop in and pick out some shades. Alrighty guys, so let's go ahead and pop in my random number generator. We're going to start with the number 1, and there's 12 shades in each palette. I figure I'll pick out 3 shades from each palette. We're going to start with the Lonely Scarecrow palette here, and we're going to go ahead and press generate, and we got the number 4. So we're gonna go, which way does it go? 1, 2, 3, 4. Harvest. I think that'll go really well with any shade in the Flutters palette, which is exciting. I'm really bad at like knowing where to do the swatches for videoing at this angle, but we're gonna try. Just gonna do a double swatch. So that is a really pretty start. Next we've got 3. Okay, I like this shade. This shade, I will say, did come in broken when I got this in my Ice Cream Beauty box, but I just pressed it back into the palette. So I do try to be a little bit more gentle with that shade, but it is very beautiful. I think I'd be going like this for you guys to see it. I really do like how this shade looks. 2 shimmers so far. Let's get a matte. 1. Okay, we got a black. Ooh, we're like getting the whole top row this time. That's weird. So this one is Crows. I hope my swatches are good. Now my finger is very black. Hopefully it won't affect the other swatches. And that's it. I was doing 3 shades from each palette. Okay. Next palette is going to be Flutters. This is the color story. And our first number for this one is 11. Ooh, I think that's the yellow because we've got 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we've got a yellow. That's going to match well with, I think it was Raggedy, this shade here. Pretty. Okay. And then we've got 2. So 1, 2. Ooh, I do love this shade. It is a really nice shade. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this one is Blackthorn. Nice dark plummy shade. I'm just gonna double swatch. And one more shade. Let's see what we get. 8. Ooh, that's going to be a shimmer because all the shimmers are in the middle row. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got Sequin. Ooh, I think this will go really well with the color story too. I had a feeling I would get a good color story pairing these 2 palettes together. So I'm very excited. We got 3 mattes, 3 shimmers. That is a really good amount of each. I don't know what words I'm trying to say. I feel like I haven't filmed in so long. To be honest, this video is just going to be a chatty catch up on life and play with makeup. But look at that color story. This is going to be easy. That said, I'm going to quickly collect the brushes I think I'm going to need, grab my primers, and kind of just get ready. And then we will start playing with makeup. Alrighty guys, I am ready to get started. I think I'm just going to hold up what I'm using so that you can see what I'm using and not really tell you exactly what it is. It'll all be in the description below anyways, but that way I can just kind of talk to you guys and update you on life, because I feel like it's been a long time since I filmed. I know I've been obviously posting my 2 videos a week, but I did have a good bit pre-filmed, so I definitely haven't had a chance to catch you up on things. The last chatty get ready with me was posted way after I filmed it, so it's like old news now, even though it got uploaded maybe a week or 2 ago. But life has been lifing, let me tell you. So basically, for a really long time, my mom was unfortunately struggling to find work. So she had this government program that she was doing that basically helps you fix your resume, apply to jobs in different ways, and just like up your chances of finding work. And the nice thing about this program was that it was literally 2 blocks away from my work, and the hours of it were basically the same as my shift. Hers ended earlier than mine, but they started at the same time, so she'd usually just like hang out and kill time till my day was done, and that's how I was getting to and from work. We were carpooling. Well, she recently found a job, which yay, that's amazing. I'm so excited for her, but she starts at 6 a.m. whereas I started at 9, and to continue getting to and from work, I'm moving things around. I was getting dropped off at 6 a.m. about. And so I would just hang out at work for 3 hours before my day started. Sorry, I hate that you can see that mirror. I'm just gonna pull you guys in a little bit closer to hopefully avoid that. Is this the wrong yellow? I'm using the wrong yellow. Dang. Okay, well, I'm just gonna make it match, and then I'll go into the correct yellow and do the rest. Dang it, I'm so sorry. I'm already messing up my bingo. I just knew I had a yellow to use, and just cleaning my brush off. Okay, we're gonna try that again with this yellow. So anyways, yeah, I've been getting dropped off at like 6 a.m. at work, which is still better in my opinion than taking public transit. I'm a very small girl and I don't live in the best neighborhood. I also don't work in the best neighborhood. So the bus stops I'd be getting both on the bus at and getting off the bus at do sometimes have some people that can be a little bit scary to be around. And that's not me trying to be like rude or anything, but I gotta put my safety first. So I do my best not to take public transit. Unfortunately, the public transit system where I live is just not good. It's just been getting worse over the years. And yeah, I honestly don't even feel safe doing a lot of things on my own, going for walks, like taking my dog out. I rarely do that without my partner because I don't live in the best area. And I'm very, very petite. So I don't want to put myself at risk. So yeah, I've been carpooling with my mom, and for a long time it was working really well. But then she started having to drop me off at 6 to get to her job for I think she starts at like 7 or whatever, but it's a really far drive for her. So we did that for a little bit, but it was not the ideal situation. So my partner was very kind in helping me buy a vehicle. We bought one like just fully, so it wouldn't have monthly payments aside from the insurance. Just off like Facebook Marketplace, we found a really good deal in my opinion. I think it's a great car. I haven't driven it much yet because I just got it insured and registered yesterday, but I'm very excited to have my own vehicle again. It's been about a little over 2 years, which is another thing I was going to talk about. So here in Canada, if you go 2 or more years without being on any insurance, they treat you like a new driver. So insurance is insanely expensive, and I really don't make a lot at my job. Like, I'm barely scraping by as is right now. So I ended up going on it's basically a program where you plug this thing into your car and the insurance charges you based on how many kilometers you drive rather than a monthly fee. So my plan is to just do not too much driving so that my insurance stays low for at least the first year or two. Hopefully just the first year, and then I'm not a new driver anymore. And hopefully it does go down. We'll see. But yeah, unfortunately, my insurance is very, very expensive. And the best deal I could get was doing it's called a MyPace program. And it's nice because it gives full coverage. And you pay like a certain amount per month for when it's parked for like weather damage or theft or things like that. And then you pay just based on how many kilometers you drive it. And my work is literally, it's so close. It's like a 5-minute drive-ish. It's about 3.5 kilometers each way. So if that's the most driving I'm doing, plus a little bit of like errands or hanging out with friends, I'm thinking my insurance should be pretty low, at least until I can prove that I can drive, like, which I know I'm a very good driver. So I just have to prove it to the insurance company, even though I've been insured with them so many times before. Like, I think it's really dumb that they do that. I would understand insurance companies that have never insured me before doing that, but when I've been insured with a company for so long, like he was looking, the guy that was helping me with insurance was looking through my old plans. He's like, yeah, I haven't seen a plan that cheap in years. I was like, yeah, well, I've been with you guys for years. It should be like at least somewhat affordable. It was probably double what I was expecting I would have to pay if I hadn't done this program. And again, I don't make very much at work. I really need to fix that and start making more money somehow. But unfortunately, you can only do so much. And I do love my job. I love the people I work with. I really enjoy the environment. I just don't make enough money, which is hard. Oh, sorry. Shoot. I haven't been showing you what I'm using. We're going into crows. I think that might have been obvious, but... So anyways, now I'm doing some spring cleaning, going through some of my stuff that I'm hopefully going to have some valuable things that I can try and sell. I might do a sale on my small business just to try and basically earn back some of what I've spent so far, because the way the program works is you had to pay $400 just as a like get fucked fee, like for signing up for it. It doesn't go towards anything. It's not a deposit that gets used. It's just a sign up fee. $400 seems insane to me, but I paid it because it genuinely was the best option, which I'll tell you guys a little bit more about. And then I paid a $400 fee, which actually does work as a deposit, and that goes towards the parked fee as well as the kilometer fee until I use it up, and then I won't get charged until I use up that entire like $400. It's basically credits. So once I use that up, I will get my first, like, it'll come out of my bank for the remainder, like, going forward. So I'm hoping I can stretch that $400 credit to like 3 to 4 months. And if I only drive to and from work, I think I did the math and it'll last me 4 months. And if I do a little extra driving, I might be able to squeeze it to 3 months. So with extra driving. So I think that's good. I feel so bad that I used the wrong color, but it looks really good. So that wasn't my plan, I swear. But yeah, so I paid for that, and there's this device that's gonna come in the mail in about 2 weeks. For now, I can drive as much as I want, but I mean, I'll mostly just be to and from work for the next 2 weeks anyways. But basically, I get this thing that plugs into my car, and it's gonna act like a GPS and count the kilometers that way. So that's how the program works, is it tracks and then charges based on kilometers. And yeah, I was getting quoted quite a lot more. Like, to get full coverage like I do with this program, it would have costed me an extra like $1,500. That's only if I stay below the threshold that we agreed on. Because we did the math, if I went over that certain threshold, it's not worth it anymore. So I basically have to kind of keep an eye on my kilometers for the first few months to make sure I can stay under comfortably. Otherwise, I do have to switch to a regular plan unless I want to be paying out the wazoo. So I'm just going in with some Glimmer grass. But yeah, so I basically, when I'm filming this, it's Sunday. I think I'm posting it the Wednesday after. Hopefully I can get it up, but if my Ipsy bag comes in, I might post that one first. So this one's either getting posted a few days late or about a week after. But yeah, on Friday we went and looked at a couple cars, and this one was by far the best, like, bang for your buck. It has a backup camera, which I've never had before. It has Bluetooth, which I've never had before. It has I don't know, I think those are the only two like major things, but it's super clean and well maintained. It's decent kilometers for the year. Like, sorry, my phone cut off there. Apparently it ran out of space, so I had to empty the trash out. On the phone, I was telling you guys about the car, basically saying that it has about the kilometers that I expect a car of that age to have. And then I was telling you that I needed to find a different brush, which I just found, because I want to start with Raggedy on the inner corner and then go to the pink Harvest and then to Sequin. So I just want to get my inner corner started too. Gosh, what was I in the middle of? I got a little bit sidetracked, but that's okay. I think I'm gonna put Harvest on the brow bone too. But yeah, anyway, so for the amount of money I paid, I'm really excited about the car I got. I think it looks really nice, and as long as I can just do minimal driving for the first little bit, hopefully I can get caught up on how much I had to pay. Because like I was saying, just that alone for the first payment with the fee and everything, it ended up being like $800, and I don't make an extra $800 in a month by any means at my job. So like I'm a little bit stressed about how to pay that off because most of my savings went towards buying a car, and I'm so grateful because my partner helped me pay for the car so that it would just be paid all in one payment. So I'm not gonna have payments on the car. I think I mentioned that earlier. Just insurance, which I can kind of base depending on how much spare money I have in a month, will kind of depend how much extra driving I can do. And honestly, I think for my current circumstances, that is perfectly like fine. That'll work for me. I'm gonna go into Harvest next. But yeah, so new car, and then I'm supposed to be planning a gender reveal for my brother. He and his wife are expecting, which I've known for so long now, and obviously I didn't want to say anything too early on because I was one of the, not the first people to find out, but like early enough that it was not something I wanted to, you know, share online until they started telling people more casually, like more openly. You never want to tell people too much when it's still early, but she's past her first trimester now. And we find out the gender, or I find out the gender probably next month, and then we have to figure out how we want to do the reveal. The date just got changed, so our plans that we originally had might be getting changed. So that's kind of all up in the air, but that's something that I have to plan, which is definitely a lot of work, and I've barely done anything yet, but that's okay. Just gonna go in with a little more Glimmer Grasp. But yeah, I'm very excited to be an auntie again. This brother, it's his first time having a baby, so he married into two teenage daughters, so like his wife was a single mom, and so he has those two girls that he obviously, you know, helps with parenting and stuff, but this is his first time with like a baby. My niece is from a different family member that I don't associate with. I associate with the daughter's mom and her partner, not the family member that is technically her bio. So I have my lovely niece. I went to her birthday early June here. She had a little goth rave birthday, which was the cutest thing. But yeah, for this brother here, it's his first time having a baby, so it's all very exciting and also scary and new, I imagine. But yeah, I get to be an auntie again, and I'm so excited that they are considering me for the gender reveal and getting to know the gender first. Like, that's such an honor. Just going into Sequin here. What else? I feel like I had so much to tell you guys. Honestly, the car felt like a really big thing because it was affecting my day-to-day so much, having to wake up so much extra early to go into work. I would come home so tired because I would try to go to sleep early, but it'd be so hard to fall asleep. So I feel like I wasn't getting enough sleep, and then having to get up before 6 to leave the house at 6 to get to my workplace at like 6:15. When I don't start till 9, I just would sit in the back room. I actually started bringing my makeup with me and just doing my makeup in the back and watching YouTube videos for a bit, which was fine. It wasn't the worst in the world, but it was very exhausting, I will say that. So I'm really grateful to everyone that helped me get my car figured out, my partner for taking me to go view them, and helping me pay for the car, and then my mom for taking me to and from insurance places and registration to get that all situated. I'm just so grateful that all of that is taken care of now, and now I can just try and get my credit card paid off because I had to put so much of that on my card for the insurance and stuff, as well as just yeah, start really just enjoying having a little bit of my own independence and freedom again. If you've never gone from having a car to not having your own car for a while, it can be hard for sure. And financially, it just wasn't realistic for me to get a car. It still isn't really, because like I said, I don't really make enough money to afford a car. But I'm really hoping that because I did the program, as long as I am only using my car, you know, a certain amount, it should be within like achievable numbers, you know? So that is part of my life. That's kind of what's been going on. Oh, my partner was having crazy lung issues again not that long ago. So about 2 years ago, he ended up going into the hospital with some lung issues, and they ended up giving him an inhaler. I forget exactly what was wrong last time. It was slightly different this time, but still, basically this time, he couldn't get the air out of his lungs all the way. So his lungs were expanding more than they naturally should to try and breathe because he couldn't get the air out or whatever. So he had to take like a week off work, which was super stressful for him because he is still on probation at his new job and he really, really loves it there. But it's always hard when you haven't had the time to fully like, you know, prove yourself, even though I know he's such a good, hard worker and like he can definitely hold a job. He was at his last job for like 8 years, I want to say, before finding this job. But it's definitely scary when these things come up when you're still like on probation or whatever. So I felt bad for him during that. It was really stressful, but he's back at work now, which is really good. This side, I freaked out. I brought the shimmer too high and the Glimmer grass. It'll be fine. I'll cover it up with like a graphic liner. So yeah, he was off work for about a week. He took a couple days off and then he tried to go in even though his lungs still were like bothering him, and his work was like, no, like you need to leave, you are not doing well. So then he went to the doctor and yeah, he found out that his lungs were not fully emptying and that he had these things called blebs, which I thought was just a funny word, but it's actually like air pockets that can cause problems in lungs and I think other places. So that was kind of scary too. Thankfully, he's doing pretty well. He has the occasional coughing fit right now, but he's definitely on the mend, which I'm really grateful for. And like I said, he's back at work. He's back to mostly his normal everyday stuff. So that happened recently. What else do I have to tell you guys? Just want to pop a little bit more of my raggedy in the brow bone here. Let's go into crows again for just the outer part of this lower lash line, and then I think I'll bring in that purple blackthorn for the rest probably. And then we're finally getting a new hire at my job, which is great because we've been short-staffed for a bit here and it's been pretty exhausting. I've been trying to help out in things that I'm not technically trained in yet because we only have one person that's fully trained. So I work in an optometrist clinic and I mostly currently do pre-testing and reception, and I'm learning the lab, so that's where you cut lenses into glasses. And then I am also trying to learn sales, but I've been doing very minimal shadowing because I'm the only pre-tester. And then my manager's the only one that's fully trained in everything, and she just got moved up to management a couple months ago. So she is trying to keep up with a lot of the sales as well as managerial duties and such. So it's been a lot. And then we do have another associate that was hired on just a couple months ago that's like sort of trained in some glasses sales and reception. But we've been getting a lot of the sales that the associate isn't trained in, and that's been hard because my manager basically has to do all of those sales at the moment. So we're very excited for our new hire to start. We're hoping that kind of makes it, because he's apparently trained in some of the things I'm trained in. He's worked in this field before. So I'm hoping he'll be able to take over a lot of the pre-testing that I do temporarily so that I can get fully trained in the other things, because now I've been the one that's been there the longest, aside from, of course, the manager. So getting me fully cross-trained, I think, is going to be one of the top priorities. And then, of course, training everyone else as well in cross-training and everything. I think it'll be really good once everyone is trained all the way. But work has been honestly really exhausting lately because we've been short-staffed and I've been the only one trained, other than obviously my manager, but has other things that she needs to focus on, so she rarely pre-tests. So I've been the only one trained in some things, and then yeah, it's just been a lot of like picking up the slack where we're missing people, and it'll be nice when we're fully staffed again and the work is a little bit more evenly spread out. I really like how this is coming along. I really am enjoying talking to you guys. I think this is all I'm doing for eyeshadow, but I could just finish my face off on camera here with you guys, or at least finish the eyes, maybe do some graphic liners or something. I'm just gonna use a little bit of makeup remover and clean off. I always get fallout. I never tap my brush off, so don't let this scare you. I choose to just clean it up after because I don't know, that's just what I prefer. So I'm not very careful when it comes to avoiding fallout, and that's why I do my eyes first, because I don't like to be worried about getting fallout. I'd rather just let it be a mess and then do a quick cleanup and then go from there. All right, let's go ahead and throw some, we're gonna start with black, and then I'm gonna top it with the Illuminati Heir. It's like a multi-chrome purpley, but it works better over a black base. This one is Wetnwild. It's the Baby Scott Black. Oh, I almost got my entryway finished too now. I mean, I still have to paint inside the closet and pull the doors off and paint those and do like minor things, but I'm really loving how the feature wall looks. I've got some photos of me with my fur babies, me and my partner, some local art, and then I actually got a commission done of my fur babies from a local artist. So I got that printed and hung up as well. There's a few empty frames hanging waiting for me to get prints of, and then I need to buy a few more prints to fill the wall, but it's looking so good. I'm really, really happy with that space in our house now. I honestly really love that when I walk into my home now, I see things that represent me and my partner and our fur babies, and yeah, it's really nice. So that's another thing. I know I mentioned I was doing that, but the feature wall is almost full, which is super, super exciting to me. All right, I think I'm gonna go in with a black liner. I don't know how well this is going to look on camera. I basically just want to hide this dark line that sometimes happens when I mess up my Glimmer grass. So I'm worried that this got dried out since the last time I used it. I know one side wasn't working. Honestly, I think I'm calling this one empty. It's just too dry. Yeah, that was my only black. All right, well, that's going in my empties. I guess I'm just gonna go in with my Charmacy blush Aurora. I was gonna use both of them. This one's like a nice pink shifty one. I think it'll work really well too. And then I think I'm just gonna do that. Okay, I think that's pretty good, actually. I'm trying to decide what I want for gems, and also think if there's anything else. I think I've updated you guys on most of the things that have been happening. Do I want like a little butterfly here? I might do a butterfly, they're pretty cute. Let's put it like here, see if that works. Do I like that? I think I want it like No, I want them flatter than that, like more. So we'll do a small gem there. Go with one of these. And then I think I'll put the butterflies. I might actually wait till I have my foundation on for the butterflies because I think I'm gonna put them where there's no makeup. So let's just go ahead and do a couple more gems. And then I think I'm gonna hop off to finish off my face because I really do think I've updated you on everything now. Everything I can think of, so that's good. I hope life has been good for all of you. Life is definitely always changing, always moving, but I think we've gotten most things back settled down, at least for my life. Like, we kind of know. Oh gosh, oh no, that's not where I wanted it. Where was my glue dot? Somewhere there, I think. Here, I think? Gosh, I don't know. I hate when I take too long and then I can't see the glue dot anymore. All right, I think I'll probably add a few more gems once I get my lashes going and all of that stuff. But for now, I'm gonna hop off, get some mascara, foundation, all that good stuff on, and I will come back and show you the look when it's complete. Alrighty guys, we are back with the completed look. I think it turned out really, really pretty. The only things I changed on the eyes were, of course, some mascara, lashes, and I did pop on that little butterfly like I mentioned. For the face, I will quickly give you a rundown of what I used. I did not organize it, so please bear with me. So to finish off the face, I went in with my Unearthlycosmetics Satin Sorcery Primer, and then I went in with my CoverGirl Blurring Skin Tint. I cannot wait to have it used up. I did mix it with a little moisturizer. You can probably see that like it didn't really do very good coverage around the nose, but I'm just bumming around the house today, so it's fine. I gotta use it up sometime. For cream blush, I went in with my Cosmic Beauty blush. This one is in Mary. I went in with my Lashstep. Technically, this is an eyeshadow stick in the shade, sorry, there's a hair, in the shade Crystal. It's very, like, I don't know. It's fine. It's just, it feels like it's gonna break when I use it, but. Then I set everything with my Wetnwild Photo Focus Loose Setting Powder in Translucent. For what's next? Mascara, I went in with my Essence Lash Princess in False Lash Effect. You already saw what I used for my eyeliners. For my brows, I went in with my Essence Eyebrow Design Pencil and my Essence Lash and Brow Gel Mascara. It doesn't have a very good hold. I'm not gonna repurchase that one when it does run out. For lips, I went in with my ColourPop Lippy Pencil in On Ice, and then I went ahead and topped it with my Unearthly. This is one of their liquid lipsticks in Chomp. I also almost forgot the blush, but I went in with my Unearthly Spring Magic blush palette, and I went in with Pendulum here just to give it a little bit more of a purpley hue, and I think it turned out really, really cute. That is everything for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. I love pairing my palettes together. I love how these turned out. I really do think I just got lucky with the shades, but at the same point, like, let's look at these one more time. I do think that most of these shades could work well together. Honestly, I think I could have got most any color and gotten a great color combo. Yes, this one gives more fall vibes. This one gives a little bit more spring mixed with neutral vibes. But honestly, like, this look turned out incredible, and I feel like I could definitely do more looks pairing shades together with these two if I wanted to, and would end up with some really, really beautiful looks. So yeah, I guess that's everything for today's video. If you did enjoy it, please feel free to give it a thumbs up. It does help my channel out a lot, and if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, please feel free to do so. It basically just bookmarks my channel so it's nice and easy to find. If you want to not miss my videos, there is a bell icon you can press. Only do so if you feel so inclined. There's also a hype button. Honestly, all those fancy buttons help my channel out. I think even the mean thumbs down one helps my channel because it's still engagement. So feel free to press any of the buttons that your heart desires, honestly. If you want to leave a comment, that's great too. And with all that said, guys, I look forward to catching you in my next one. Bye!